Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yabushai, Bayishim, Baraka Kodash, Barakatum. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bayishim, Yabushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to Yahakim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. This is the brother Ra'aya with another video. I'm going to start it off with an article on timesofisrael.com titled, Rare Strawberry Moon Lights Up Sky in Israel and Around World. Earth comes between sun and moon, casting a shadow on the latter and causing a penumbral lunar eclipse Friday night. So a couple of days ago, and we know that signs in the heavens with either the sun or the moon are an indicator that the Most High is about to do something major on this planet. This is Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 43, verse 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. And this penumbral lunar eclipse that just passed, as well as a few more signs in the heavens that are about to come to pass, are all an indicator of the end of this current world or age, the age of the rulership of the heathens, chiefly Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and then the ushering in of a new world or age, the age of the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Yahushai, where the Israelites, who are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are going to rule over this planet for eternity. And with each passing day, we're getting closer and closer to the kingdom of heaven. Apostle Tahar has deemed 2020 to be the year of prophecy, and it started off with a bang, literally, with the assassination of that Iranian general, Qasem Soleimani. Then you had this whole coronavirus situation. Then you've had anti-lockdown protests all over the planet, and now you've got these George Floyd and anti-police brutality protests going on all across the planet. And it's only going to heat up from here on out. So if you're expecting things to get better, you better throw that notion out of the window and buckle up, because we're in for a bumpy ride. But back to the article. Skies in Israel and around much of the globe were lit up Friday night with what is affectionately known as a strawberry moon. The name for the penumbral lunar eclipse comes from the full moon's reddish color that is a result of the earth coming between the sun and moon, casting a shadow on the latter. The title was donned by Native Americans, or so-called Native Americans, who are actually Israelites of the tribe of Gad of the Northern Kingdom, as it takes place during the short season for harvesting strawberries in the northeastern United States. That's it with this article. But besides these signs in the heavens, a few more end times indicators that have been taking place are, as it says in Luke chapter 21, verse 9 through 11. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, wars and rumors of wars, wars such as the Syrian civil war or the Saudi-Yemeni war, and rumors of wars like the U.S. threatening to attack Venezuela, Israel threatening to attack Iran, the U.S. threatening to attack Iran, the U.S. threatening to attack China, Russia, etc., etc. And all these tensions are going to culminate in a nuclear-armed World War III, that battle in the Valley of Jehoshaphat over in the Middle East, or the War of Armageddon. Be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. And that nuclear-armed World War III, or the end, won't truly come until the mark of the beast, which is the RFID/NFC microchip implant, is mandatorily implemented. And it could very well be implemented through this so-called coronavirus vaccine, because there's information out there saying that the coronavirus vaccine will have an optional, for now, RFID chip in it. And also there's an agenda known as ID 2020, which links vaccinations with microchip implants. Verse 10, Then said he unto them, Nation shall rise against nation. These race wars, and you can clearly see that these racial tensions are brewing up, especially over these George Floyd protests, and kingdom against kingdom, the U.S. against China, China against the U.S. against Russia, Israel against Iran, Saudi Arabia against Iran, the US against Venezuela, etc., etc. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and earthquakes are happening damn near daily all across the planet. I did a video a couple of weeks ago documenting the earthquakes that are happening, and famines, such as the coming famines from those locust hordes eating up croplands in Africa, Pakistan, and even Australia, as well as talks of food shortages in America due to these meatpacking plants closing down over the coronavirus. And then you've also got farmers, since they can't send their crops or food to these stores or processing plants, they're having to kill off a lot of their livestock and destroy a lot of their crops, further exacerbating the coming food crisis or famines. And pestilences, such as the African swine fever, which has killed off a couple of 100 million pigs over in China. You've got a resurgence of the bird and swine flu, and then the coronavirus. And fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven, such as that penumbral lunar eclipse, that strawberry moon. This is Joel chapter 2. I'm going to read verse 30 to 31. And I will shew wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, solar eclipses, and the moon into blood moons, such as that penumbral lunar eclipse. What did it say back in that article? The name of the penumbral lunar eclipse comes from the full moon's reddish color of blood, that is a result of the earth coming between the sun and moon, casting a shadow on the latter. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of Yahweh come. And again, that day is right around the corner. 2020 started off with a bang, and it's just going to keep heating up until Yahweh Shai cracks those clouds and beams up the elect on the chariot. But besides these lunar eclipses, there have also been recent solar eclipses and even more solar eclipses to come, further indicating the great and terrible day of Yahweh is at the door. Here's an article from space.com, Solar Eclipse Guide 2020, when, where, and how to see them. Jump down to this part right here. The last solar eclipse was an annular eclipse on December 26, 2019, which was visible from Asia and Australia. The last total solar eclipse was the Great South American Eclipse on July 2nd, 2019, which was visible almost exclusively over South America. And then some upcoming lunar eclipses are, as it says here, annular solar eclipse on July 21st. The first solar eclipse of 2020, the year of prophecy, arrives on July 21st. Skywatchers across Africa, Southeast Europe, Asia, and the Pacific will be able to see at least a partial eclipse with the moon blocking a portion of the sun. Let's see. That's it with this article. But another thing I found interesting about this penumbral lunar eclipse, as well as past lunar eclipses this year and future lunar eclipses to come, is the dates for them. Here's another article dealing with the penumbral lunar eclipse on IndiaExpress.com titled Lunar Eclipse, June 5th, 2020. What's a lunar eclipse? How it occurs? Where to watch? How to watch? And the moon shall be turned to blood. Jump to right here. Penumbral lunar eclipse timing. Apart from this lunar eclipse in June, the year 2020 has two more lunar eclipses lined up. One lunar eclipse will occur in July, and the last lunar eclipse of the year will occur in November. These two eclipses are also penumbral ones. And the first lunar eclipse that happened this year was on, where is it at? Right here. We have already witnessed the first lunar eclipse of the year 2020 in the month of January itself. the beginning of the year. And what happened in the month of January? The assassination of Qasem Soleimani. On January 3rd, 2020, a United States drone strike near Baghdad International Airport targeted and killed Iranian Major General Qasem Soleimani. And then, as it said back down here, the next lunar eclipses are going to occur in July, and another one, and the last one of the year in November. And what just happens to happen in November this year? The 2020 United States presidential election. The 2020 United States presidential election is scheduled for Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020. So as you can see, major events took place during these past signs in the heavens or lunar eclipses, and major things are going to take place during these upcoming lunar eclipses. And honestly, with the way things are looking, we may not even have a 2020 presidential election. So with this video, I hope you sincere Akim were edified. As you can clearly see, we're getting closer and closer to that great and terrible day of Yahweh Ba'ishim Yahushai. So now more than ever, you should have all 10 toes down in this truth, pushing this word as hard as you possibly can to make your calling and election sure, and have that protective hedge of Yahweh Ba'ishim Yahushai over you to shield you from these coming terrors of Jacob's trouble. And as always, I'm going to say Abad Babal, Kwam Yasharala, and until next time, Shalom.